Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for Capricorn. Now, know that energy is fluid. Just interpret the message as it best resonates for you. You may have to flip it, switch it, twist it. Again, never force anything. Just, again, interpret the message as it best resonates for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Now, anything that you need to know about the channel, like any relevance, such as how to find any important links, you can find in the description box below. What my giveaways are, what the word of the day is, all that fun stuff will be in the description box below. Again, this message is going to be for Capricorn. I'm going to jump right on in using my Psychic Soul Healer deck. We're going to look at the spiritual energy first. That's what type of relationship, what is the spiritual karmic energy. That allows us to dig deep into your situation. Ooh, okay. Wow, you know what? Wow, the gift of style. The gift of style is your actual natural unfoldment process. It's finding your way through creating yourself. So I feel, Capricorn, you are, again, you're finding yourself, you're creating yourself, you're doing a lot of, um, I feel like in your job, some of you are influencers and we're not really that comfortable in front of the camera. And so it's, again, you're finding your rhythm. I feel like for some of you guys are speakers and you're finding, again, your style. That it's not a one size fits all. We're all uniquely different. And a lot of times we want to become something. And we have a desire, but maybe we don't know how to do it. Maybe we're not that great at what we're seeking to become. So again, the phase where you find yourself would be known as the gift of style, because that's a process and it's a co-creation process. It's from you doing things that are relevant to what it is that you want to become and do and contribute to the world. And again, your intuition is what leads you. So nobody's gift of style is the same. So this is where you are, Capricorn. There's a lot of, again, energy that you're single. Again, that you're putting the energy, or if you're not single, then you're putting most of your energy into growing yourself, loving yourself, finding yourself. And because it is a very unstructured way, because the creation process, number one, is messy, it's unstructured. Um, as well as our own unique individuality and finding our own style is going to be unstructured because it's intuitive. Again, and so I feel like the energy could be also that because you're, finding yourself, it's an uncomfortable process a lot of times, especially if you grew up in an environment that wasn't supportive to your unfoldment process. They might have judged you. They might have judged you because of your gender. They might have judged you because of your beliefs. They could have judged you because they didn't think the way that you think. You might have been the black sheep of the family. And now here it is that you're trying to find yourself and find your unique process. But on the same token, you're judging yourself a lot. So now you're holding a vibrational dissonance of energy. And a vibrational dissonance is when you want something and desire something, but you hold a core belief that is the opposite. So you don't really believe that you can obtain it. So this is most likely why you're not seeing the results within your job, within what you're trying to create. Again, if you're trying to be an influencer, being in the camera. I feel like for some of you guys, again, now I know that it's general reading, so it's going to be only a small portion, but I feel like for any job, it's finding yourself, and it's not a comfortable, again, process for you because of the core beliefs and how they manifest out. How what the behaviorism is you become self-obsessive, and that is overstimulating. And if you're overstimulating, you're not in a creative mind, you're in a fear-based mind. And then again, then you're not being led by your intuition, you're being led by, again, your ego mind, and to be reactive. So there's this energy where we start off great, again, in the gifts of style, and knowing that it's unstructured, but it's creating, again, a lot of self-obsession. Again, how we're doing it, how we look, am I on time? Do I look right? It's again, all this outside, when again, we're creating, this is intuitive. This is, we're not supposed to be judging the process, but you are, and in that you're becoming reactive, and reactive is not just might jump at opportunities that are not best for your highest good in what you're trying to create or for yourself, but they also, again, are, you're reacting from an emotion, and the emotion in when we're obsessive, yeah, I can talk, then we're coming again from a fear-based consciousness, and we're not going to get the results that we want. So there's a fear of this energy again. So there's going, look, and we're going to look into this deck. So if you are in a relationship right now, that's not the energy that I'm picking up on. I'm picking up because this is taking center stage, that all your energy is in creating yourself, finding yourself. This one's popping out to me. There is, again, confidence, trying to find your confidence. And we can only find our confidence through the gift of style. Again, because that's our unique individuality, that's our process. And again, when we are, again, finding our process, we're actually in our truth. And when we're in our truth, we're not going to be reactive. We're going, or be self-obsessive. We're going to be, again, coming from the present moment, coming from our truth. Again, fear, but there's still a sense of, again, fear. So that's the spiritual block, like almost like, I'm not good enough. I can't create. I'm not enough. And if you don't watch it, this energy can bleed into other areas of your life. When you, again, are coming from a place of fear because you don't feel like you're good enough, because, again, you don't have a structure and you're finding it. That's what the gift of style is. The gift of style is an unfoldment process that we don't know, that it actually, it happens as you are on your path. And so when we're not on our path, we're not being led. And if we're not being led intuitively, we are going to be coming more from that logical, analytical mind, and we will be more reactive, and we will be coming more from a place of fear. And which, again, I believe that that's your challenge here. Challenge is to have confidence. Again, collaborate. Now, a lot of times when we're like creating and on our, okay, and this is what I was going to say. Now, I'm getting a message. Now, again, I'm believing that the energy right now is all, this is a business. This is wound up being more of a business reading, not a love reading, more of a soul's path reading, because when we're on our soul's path, really that winds up being our job, because when you're on your soul's path, you're living more from a spiritual perspective, and you would never work a job that you don't like or that doesn't fulfill you and doesn't sustain you emotionally. And that tells me, again, the gift of style is that you're doing that, but you don't really have your style 100% down pat, because you're in the process of finding it. So again, you're battling your own judgment. But what I'm being shown and what I'm being told is that there's a lot of, you have a lot of gifts. You're very good at what you do. You are judgmental on yourself. You are obsessive. And that creates a lot of fear and overstimulation. Now, the problem is that when you're not coming from a place of confidence, then people see your worth and they're going to want to collaborate with you. But then it's not really going to be a good thing for you, because there's trust issues. You're not strong within yourself. And when you're not strong within yourself, you're going to be reactive a lot of times by who and what is in your environment, especially if you're collaborating with someone. It means that you have to trust them. But how can you trust them if you don't 100% know yourself? So what I'm being told for you people, again, that are collaborating with, or not collaborating, for those of you that are on your soul's path creating yourself, that opportunities to collaborate are going to come your way, not to take them until you're fully strong and secure within your own unique process, because you'll be victimized where someone else sees your worth. And again, it's because you don't have your full process down. And when you don't have your full process down, you're going to be trying to find that. You're not going to be paying attention to the legal aspects of any collaboration. And where someone, again, may take your ideas, they can, again, even take your name, take your ideas, take an element of what you're doing and utilize it for themselves, make a profit off what you're doing. So this is what I'm being told. So be careful, Capricorn. Now I'd like to just look if you're in a relationship right now. I'd like to see, or what the energy is in love. Okay, synthesis. So again, there's an energy, like a soulmate energy. There's a spiritual energy. You're connected to someone, I'm feeling. And when you're connected to them and things are going well, there's kind of like a flow. But right now I feel like you may be on the outs with this person. I feel like your person is looking for you everywhere. Once again, ooh, Joker card, nowhere. Again, mystery card. But I always use it like as an empty. If I forget to take it out and I pull it, it almost means emptiness. So again, empath. So don't never read my cards upside down, because there's only one meaning. So again, there is a soul connection. Again, it's felt. And but I still feel like, even though you have a soul connection here, that your person wasn't giving anything. because that card came out, that Joker card, again, that I use as no meaning when I pull it, again, timelessness, but again, there's this spiritual connection. So you're connected to someone more in the astral realm. So again, when we have a soulmate twin flame relationship, when we have a past life connection, we have really strong spiritual connection. It is timeless, goes through time and space. So I kind of am feeling like you're on the outs with your person, but I don't know whether they're not really taking it seriously or they're not, because I feel like this relationship goes on and off, on and off, on and off. Again, but there is a soul's connection. Again, that's what I felt because again of their behavior. Like they're hot, they're cold, they're in, they're out, they're up, they're down. Like the Katy Perry song, that's what I keep seeing in my head. So you are connected to someone and there is a very strong connection, but the energy just didn't feel connected. So they did that act of tactlessness. Again, tactlessness, they could have cheated, they could have again ghosted. Let's look and see again what actually happened and what they're gonna do. Okay, one-sided relationship. I knew it, tactlessness, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I only care about my needs. I'm not looking at what's best for you. Set up healthy boundaries. Like, I don't really feel like, I feel like you didn't have strong enough boundaries with him at one point. And that's why this relationship is on the outs, because you got burnt, you got hurt because you gave a lot, thinking that, again, feeling the soul's connection, assuming that this person was going to act the way that you did, and they didn't, because you felt that they felt the same depth of the relationship, and they did. But I feel like they're scared of it, where you're like, oh, I want to experience this. When you're healthy and you love yourself, there's a sense of, and you've had okay relationships, not every single relationship ended horribly. There's a sense of wanting to, hey, let's see where this goes, where I feel like your person saw and felt the depth of the relationship, and they, again, instead of them, honoring the relationship, they treated it like it wasn't as important, and was in and out and ghosted and just didn't hold you in the high honor that you deserved. So there's a sense that you do have very strong boundaries. I have codependency issues. Yeah, your person like tries to manipulate the situation where they want to make you feel insecure so that you give them more because they're really insecure. So this is why they like to play games. Embrace yourself. There's a sense of you needing to embrace yourself and your gifts, and I feel like you're actually doing that. I feel like your person needs to heal themselves instead of play games. Whoops. Okay, I am not over my ex. So here, I don't really even feel like that they're not 100% over their ex. I feel like they haven't worked through the wounds. They have wounds from their past relationships that they really haven't worked through. So in every relationship that they get into, they just bring all the baggage from the past relationship, all the unhealed and unresolved trauma, they just bring into each relationship. And instead of fixing what they need to fix, they feel like they can control the relationship by acting bad. And then here, they thought it wasn't really going to matter how they acted because it was a soulmate, relationship, a spiritual connection that goes through time and space. You can feel again that empath connection where it's again through heart and mind. It's an ESP connection. It's claircognizance, clairsentient, like these timeless soulmate connections. They have this, again, very strong spiritual connection where I feel like your person thought that connection was going to save them, have like that they didn't have to do anything, that they didn't have to fix anything. No card down. Are you going to listen to me? I feel like so many times that you've tried to explain to your person what you wanted, what you needed, and they don't listen. They didn't listen. I feel like they didn't care to listen. I feel like they never had to listen. So partially is that your person never had to be accountable. They always played games to try and get what they wanted, and it worked. And here it didn't work. And that's why you guys are in separation. So they didn't honor this relationship. One day at a time. So I believe that your person like just tries to take it one day at a time, like in the fact of you're not coming back. They don't see that you're coming back. But every day they're like, maybe today is going to work out. I also feel like they think one day I'll fix this. One day I'll like do what I need to do. But today is not the day. So this comes down to them not really wanting to like do what they need. I am keeping secrets from you, and I hope you don't find out. So again, I believe that your person is not 100% ready to stand up to the plate. That's the energy. I'm going to pull one more from this. It's again, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're not ready to do what they need to do to fix this relationship. They feel the bond, but they almost wish that the bond would be enough to take care of what the connection, and a bond is not strong enough to do that. Like you can't, you have to put energy into a relationship. It just doesn't fix itself. You have to apologize. You have to be vulnerable. You have to like work through your stuff. Your person goes from relationship to relationship to relationship, accumulates traumas, brings all that baggage into every single relationship instead of working through it and utilizing this divine connection, because that's exactly what it is. And your person knows that, because even if they're not spiritual, because they felt it, that they should have used the opportunity to fix what they did. But there's a sense of being lazy. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I believe, again, well, in this case scenario, will it magically transform into a healthy relationship? No. But I do think that, again, as time goes by, if you don't fix it, your person will come back looking for you and will be open to listening to what you have to say. And the best case scenario would be that they would take into consideration like healing. But right now, there's no trust in this relationship, and there's no trust in this relationship because your person played games. They, again, keep secrets. They don't do what they need to do to fix the relationship. Like you feel like they don't listen to you. There's this intense, deep connection, one that's of a past life connection, and your person is staying there, like, again, like acting bad because of what's happened in their past relationships. That has nothing to do with you. They want you to be codependent. But the whole thing is they made their ex codependent because, again, they set up their relationships to only be one-sided. And in that, there's really nothing in it for you, even though there's such a strong connection. So in that situation, we don't give the person love, which I believe that you didn't. I believe that you embraced yourself. I believe that your person needs healing. And I do believe that they're going to come back and try to talk to you. But I think that you need to set up healthy boundaries because your person, it has a lot of passion for you. You still have a connection for them. But as we can see, they need healing and they don't really want to do the healing aspect. I feel like they don't know whether they can or not. Just would like to close off and just see how this actually ends. Or what the advice should be, I should say. Adjustments are required, of course. Like if you're going to take this person back, because I do believe that this person has feelings for you, but if they couldn't be codependent, you would have to give yourself most of the love. You'd have to, again, set up healthy boundaries where you're making sure you're taking care of yourself. There'd have to be honesty. I mean, good relationships, there's no secrets. So there would have to be a lot of changes in this relationship. I'm really not recommending it because, like I said, that your person doesn't look like they want to do the work. And a time for healing. Yeah, like again, when we've been in a relationship that's a one-sided, we need healing. When we are connected to someone that's a soulmate, even if it's a past life, even if it's a trauma bond, understand it's a strong soul connection that stirs up a lot of emotion, a lot of passion inside of us. These connections are divine because they do make us look at ourselves. They make us look at how we react. They make us look at what comes up and emotionally triggers us. They make us grow. They make us heal. And so that's why they're divine, because all divine relationships expand consciousness and have the power to transmute spiritual wounds and make them into spiritual gifts. And this relationship had the potential to do so. However, the person that you're connected to did not want to do that. You did that, Capricorn, because here you are in the gift style, creating yourself. And when you're creating yourself, it's not that you're not working out bumps. You are. Because again, there's self-obsession, there's worry, there's nervousness, but your energy is not feeding the toxic relationship. It's on yourself, finding yourself. Whenever you do this, you're transmuting fear because you are, again, pouring the love into yourself. Your person expected you to react a certain way. You didn't. It's again, so they reacted. And so what wound up happening is that they have codependent issues. They want it to be a one-sided relationship. There's a piece of them that's missing, that's empty, right? Again, that's always my empty card if I put it back in the deck. And so understand if it comes out, it's like the person doesn't have an identity. Well, what that means is if they have codependency issues, there's parts of themselves that are missing and parts of themselves that they don't feel are capable, which it's not true. But I believe that that's part of the baggage that they bring in from their past relationship with their ex. So it's not that they're not over their ex, it's that they haven't work through the wounds from their past relationships. So they act in a very low vibe, where again, they are very secretive. They don't want you to find out. Everybody knows that in the relationship that adjustments are required in order to make this relationship work. But again, your person feels like the love has transcended because they can feel the connection, but they need healing. They need healing, and you need healing, because you can't be with a person that you feel like doesn't listen to what you want. So the only way to really navigate this whole relationship, even if you're not going to date them, just to be in a relationship, you'd have to set up boundaries. They are sorry, but I believe that this relationship was all about learning how to love yourself, how to, again, not be codependent, and how to, like, when we have a soul's relationship where it's not healthy, but it's so strong, we feel like we can't walk away. We have to kind of surrender to it. It doesn't mean that we run into the relationship and we're in a relationship with the person. What it means is we surrender to the fact that there's unconditional love, that there is a connection, but we have to still look at how our person is treating us, and that connection does not override how they should be treating us. If they're treating us like shit, but there's still such a strong spiritual connection and you can feel a lot of passion, you cannot be with that person. Because understand, it's being that the focus is mainly on the passion and the spiritual connection, and not on the day-to-day, everyday working together, building a strong relationship, one that's based on trust, one where you both show up for each other, one where you both support each other. Then otherwise, which is there'll be intimacy problems, there's trust issues, and which is what your person has done. So it does not override the spiritual connection, does not override those other things. And so, and you know that, and that's why you've left this relationship. But when we can't walk away because we feel a strong spiritual connection, well, what it's best to do is then surrender to the situation where we see that there's unconditional love, but we give the love to ourselves. Is we can have unconditional love and not run into a relationship with them. We can be friendly and cordial with them. We can even be friends with them as long as we have strong boundaries. Your person is not going to like those boundaries. They're codependent. But understand the unconditional love that they have for you, they will eventually learn to adjust. You will eventually be able to, not be so tempted to be with this person, because like I said, they weren't giving you emotionally. They have a lot of passion for you. They have a strong connection for you, but they only want things on their terms. And we're going to leave it there, Capricorn. Now, if you resonated with this video, let me know in the comment bar. And if you want to win that reading, just do those 3 things: like, subscribe, and write the word healer in your comment bar, and wait and see if I wrote the word winner underneath. And if I did, just reach out to me at pureenergyhealer.com. All right. So that we can, set up a time to be able to do your reading. I have a busy schedule, but I always like to, ask the person to reach out to me and give me a few options, because I know that everybody nowadays is so busy with work and, just their own life. So always, again, give me a few options so that we can definitely not have to go back and forth a 2,000 times before we actually are able to get a day set in stone. All right. I hope you all do well. And until next time, be true to you. I'll talk to you soon, Capricorn. Bye.